Lewis, please next time exchange order.
Yeah, sorry, my fault. I apologize.
Okay. Okay. This time I'm here to show you some a small presentation about OpenOffice for OS2, Apache, OpenOffice, and okay. Sorry. Oh, well, okay. You already saw this slide yesterday, so I'm skipping it. I did nothing new since yesterday. So.
You had fantastic Italian food.
Fantastic. Sorry. Italian restaurants here are not so Italian.
Yeah.
I told you before going there. You didn't trust me.
Oh, he asked for Chinese.
So, what is Apache? I'm sorry, I'm used to say Apache in Italian, not Apache, so I will mix the words. So, Apache OpenOffice is an open source suite. It has 5 modules: Writer, Calc, Impress, Drawing, and Database Handling. It is a cross-platform application. Okay, it works well for OS2, but officially it runs only on Windows, Linux, and Mac OS. Okay, so the OS2 port is not officially supported, but all of the OS2 code is inside the source code, source tree. So we don't have to apply new things every time. Okay, OpenOffice has a long history for OS2. It started in 1998 as a StarOffice, and it was built by Star Division, a German company. After StarOffice 5, there was a StarOffice 6, but it has never been delivered to OS2 people, only for Windows. And then, after a couple of years, Sun Microsystems got the source code of, I think that they bought the company, Star Division. So, and they called the new product OpenOffice. Also, Sun made the source code open source, while Star Division was building a closed source application. Okay. So we had a first release of OpenOffice 1 for OS2, and it was not really a native application, but it was using the Odin emulation layer. So it was a mixed application. After a few years, when we moved to OpenOffice 2.0, we decided to change the build system and to create a really native application for OS2. Okay, so we dropped the emulation layer and we went to the OS2 API system. In that years, we did OpenOffice 2 since 2.4. Okay, we released, I think, almost all releases. Then we jumped to OpenOffice 3, 3.1, 3.2, and then in 2012 we moved to Apache OpenOffice because the source code was in the hands of Apache Software Foundation. Okay. It took a lot of years to move from Sun to Apache because in the middle the code was owned by Oracle, and Oracle, I think it took 1 year, almost 2 years, to decide what to do with OpenOffice source code, and meanwhile we did nothing. But at some time they released the code to Apache Software Foundation, we built OpenOffice 3 and 4. Recently, we updated to the latest releases, 4.1.1 and 4.1.2, with the bitwise works support. And now we are about to release the latest build, OpenOffice 4.1.3, which is under testing right now. I already packaged everything, so we just need to do final tests, see if everything is working as supposed, and then release it. So it's a matter of a few weeks. Okay, as I told you, OpenOffice is now a fully native application. It is supporting Java. That means that you can use a lot of things that previously were not working in OpenOffice 3. For example, databases.
Yeah.
You need Java to work with databases, and also wizards requires Java. Without Java, you can't run wizards. Also, there is a simple WPS class to integrate OpenOffice data files. So you can see a small preview of your file. You see the preview of the first page. You can also see some metadata from the file, like author name and so on. Unfortunately, I never had the time to work more on this WPS class because, for example, one idea was to allow file conversion from the WPS class to allow text searching inside that class because I worked on the recall search engine, and so the idea was to integrate the search engine with the WPS class. I never had the time to do this, unfortunately. OpenOffice 4 has been quite different from previous releases because the developer team worked a lot to improve filters, especially Word conversion and Excel. And also, they made it a lot faster compared to OpenOffice 3. Obviously, there were a lot of fixes, and also the source code, they changed completely the way OpenOffice is installed. Because in the past, OpenOffice was using an external module, something like a runtime. But this has been dropped in OpenOffice 4. Also, OpenOffice 4 features a code donation from IBM. The product name was Symfony. And with the help of IBM, there is now the sidebar, the one you can see on your right, okay, where you can edit the properties of your document. So you have almost everything ready on the screen. Okay. This is useful today that we have wide screens. Okay. Because if you have an old screen, that's not really useful. But with wide screen, usually you have a lot of free space on your right or on your left. Okay. Okay. All the source code of the OS2 build is available on the Apache Software Foundation Subversion server, so you can download the source code and compile it yourself. Okay, it will take a lot of time.
Yeah.
Okay, because it's a very big product. It almost requires, I think, 1 day to compile.
Wow.
Yes, because there are a lot of C++ files, and they create very big object code. And in OS2, we need to translate the GCC file to OS2 format, and this takes 2-3 minutes for every file. So building is really slow. But we just need to wait. So. Okay. We did a lot of fixes to OS2 code, okay, to support Java, support clipboard, something in the graphic filters, and more recently, a lot of changes in the build system, because in OpenOffice 2 and 3, the build was not completely automatic. Okay? The build was needed some manual restarts because of how the build system was designed, but now it will work from start to end in one single step. If you don't exhaust the computer memory, this is another problem we have in OS2, because the build uses more and more memory while running, so many times it can stop because of out of memory errors, so you just need to restart it, and it will continue from the point where it was. So, as I said, you can build yourself. Everything is included in the source code tree. Also, now we provide packaging for different languages of OpenOffice. We provide an English version, German, Dutch, Italian, French, Russian, and maybe Spanish. I'm not sure. Yes, and Spanish, yes. So we are building it for 6 languages. We provide full installation packages for every language, but also we provide the single national language packages, so you can have an English installation and then add French or German, and you can switch the language in your user interface. So you can have all languages available if you want. It's quite simple to install things, so it's not a really problem. The OpenOffice project is not complete because some things are still to be done. The main thing that is missing now is printing, a Unicode printing, I mean, because printing is done in the current code page. So sometimes some charts are not translating properly from Unicode to the current code page. And probably we will use cups. It's correct. How do you say?
Cups.
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 Yes, cups. It's different stuff. Okay. Yes, I'm sorry. In Italy we say cups. Yes.
Same difference.
No, all. Usually we use Italian speaking for this kind of words. So I say cooks. When I'm here, I needed to translate again.
That's where a chicken lives here.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's what a chicken lives in. A coop.
A coop.
Okay. So caps is probably the solution for us because we released new versions of caps. Okay. And other applications are now using caps for printing. Like for example, I think the PDF viewer one is. So maybe Lucid or not? I'm not sure. No, I don't.
QPDF view. QPDF view.
QPDF, yes, is the PDF viewer. So this is the solution for printing, and sometimes in the future I will work on that. We miss also some code from Mozilla. This is missing because OpenOffice used to build his own Mozilla build. And you know, building Mozilla is not so easy. Okay, and the source code requires a lot of changes, so building Mozilla inside OpenOffice was almost impossible. But now we have an official Firefox build with a source tree for OS2, So we plan to use the same code for Firefox and connect it to OpenOffice. So we don't need to duplicate libraries and everything else. We plan to have a single distribution and use the same code, the same libraries for Firefox and for OpenOffice. About filters, please remember that OpenOffice 4 is shipping with less filters than before because they removed the filters for older formats. Okay? So if you have a Star Office file, Star Writer file, for example, or some Lotus file, you need to have an OpenOffice free installation on your disk. Okay. So you can have both version 3 and version 4 installed at the same time. Okay. And you need version 3 to open very old files. But regarding filters, OpenOffice 4 has an automatic conversion tool. Not OpenOffice 3 has a conversion tool which does a batch conversion of all of your files on the disk. Okay. So you can run it once, convert off all your files, and then remove OpenOffice 3. And now this is a big question: LibreOffice or OpenOffice? You know, LibreOffice is released by the Document Foundation. Basically, they took the Oracle source tree, they forked that source code, and started working on that tree because Oracle was doing nothing with OpenOffice. Okay. I think Novell is here, Red Hat, some big Linux companies started working on that code and called LibreOffice, while OpenOffice is owned by Apache Software Foundation. What's the difference? Well, there are not so many big differences. Okay, they are almost the same program. Actually, I think that LibreOffice has more bug fixing because they have a different development model. Because in OpenOffice, every change to the source code is driven by the community of developers. Okay, so there isn't someone at the top which decides which features are needed, which timing to do them. Okay, every developer is working on something. At one time, they do a new release. So this model, which is typical for Apache Software Foundation, all projects driven by them is working that way. But in OpenOffice, it slowed down the development a lot. And now OpenOffice is little behind. Okay. Only a little, because now there is OpenOffice 4.1.3, and there is OpenOffice 4.2 about to be released very soon, because we want to speed up the development and show everyone that also OpenOffice is alive and it is not dying. Also, OpenOffice has the same problem of OS2. So a few developers, so not a few, many developers left the project. Okay, some of them went to work on LibreOffice, others simply just stopped working on the suite. This is similar to the OS2 problem. Okay. Also, we have a few developers working, and why we can't have a single product? Because we have two different licensing. LibreOffice is licensed under the MPL Mozilla Public License, and OpenOffice is licensed under the Apache license version 2. And this is a big problem, because MPL is a stricter license. Okay, it's, you have a lot of things to conform, while Apache software license is very wide. You can do almost what you want with a source code. That means that LibreOffice can use OpenOffice changes and put them inside their source tree. But that other way is not possible. OpenOffice cannot use LibreOffice changes because of a license. Okay. And this is doing, you see, this gives a lot of problems to OpenOffice, because if LibreOffice fixes something, you could not really take the same patch file, you should write it in a bit different way. So that means you have to work again to fix the same. Maybe you know how to fix it, but you need to rewrite the code. And regarding the OS2 version of OpenOffice, I think we will be sticking with Apache OpenOffice for a lot of time, mainly because all of the OS2 code has been removed from LibreOffice source tree. Okay, 2 or 3 years ago they did a cleanup and they removed everything for OS2. So to go from OpenOffice to LibreOffice is not a so trivial task, because you need to look in all the tree, find OS2 specific changes and put them back, and hope that they didn't change the code, that source files, otherwise merging is really difficult. So Apache OpenOffice is our way to go. Okay. Also, we are going to speed up the development, make new releases, so we hope to have a good product also in the next years. Okay. And if you have some questions.
What about the file formats? Are they the same between the two products? Between LibreOffice and OpenOffice? Like a document from one can be used in the other?
Oh yes, we have the same format. The open document format is the same for both. Also
Okay.
because it is a standard format. It's a ISO
Right.
organization recognized it, so they can't change the format, I think.
Okay.
I have some
Yeah.
documents that are Word documents. Is there any preferable format to save them into that OpenOffice is going to work best with?
I don't understand.
Okay.
Word documents?
A Word document, when you save it, it's saved in, there are different formats, like a rich text format or Word format. Is there one of those that is better to move it to OpenOffice, for OpenOffice to open it in?
I think that the Word format is the best one. Okay, but if you have to save files, usually the Word format is the most up-to-date format. Filter, sorry. But filtering is not perfect, so you are going to lose something sometimes. For example, in tables, they are not formatting properly. If you save from OpenOffice to Word and you reload the file back, it's not exactly the same. But this is a problem common to all non-Office applications.
It is possible to save a Word document in ODT format,
Yeah.
but like you say, it loses some formatting. Microsoft wants to think they run the world, so they like to do things and then forget to tell OpenOffice, oh, that should have been.
Yes, if you work with OpenOffice, the better thing is to use always ODT format. It is his own format, it works very well for OpenOffice. Please remember that Word can read OpenOffice files.
Yeah.
You need an add-on package, but I think that usually it is reading the files very badly. Probably they did by purpose, exactly to So you read a very badly formatted file. Probably they want you to stick with Word and not with OpenOffice formats.
Yeah.
Yuri, a quick question about encryption of documents. The latest versions of Microsoft Office encrypt documents. Libre can decrypt them. OpenOffice up through 4.1.2 can't. Has that been addressed in 4.1.3? I know there's an open bug for
No, for sure not, because I wasn't aware of this problem.
Okay.
So maybe you need to open a ticket and.
There is a general OpenOffice ticket that's been open for a while about it. I'll forward you a link.
Okay.
There is a question from Alex Taylor. It says if you have any progress on his bugs
No.
using
Oh.
I already know.
DBCS. Okay. No.
No, there isn't.
Okay.
Can you say a little bit more about the integration of Java into this version of OpenOffice, the new 4.1.3, especially as it regards the database? You know, because that I've never really run that part because the Java wasn't
No,
working so well.
You just
before.
need the latest Java. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Runtime. You go to the tools menu options, and you need to recognize to point it to the location where you installed Java.
Okay.
Okay. Then you get the name of a virtual machine. If you get the name of a virtual machine in the box, that means that Java will be working after that.
Okay.
I know it works. I never really used it, but wizards are working. Some databases are working, so
Oh, okay.
it should work. Everything should work.
And can it talk to like DB2, for example? How does that work? You need JDBC, figure out how to get that.
I think it needs some ODBC driver
JDBC or
to,
JDBC layer, yeah.
because it is reading MySQL for sure,
Okay.
Uh-huh.
HSQL, but other formats requires a specific reads.
Drivers, yeah, okay.
Okay, so MySQL and say the other one besides MySQL,
MySQL,
MySQL.
yes. But no, HSQL is no OSQL, or maybe SQLite. I don't remember. There is a Java database. I forget the name.
Yeah. I think I know what you're talking about, and I can't remember the name either. Okay.
The WPS class, is it something that is coming or is already there on the package? Is it
It's
ready?
a separate package.
But it is ready. It is ready for
Yes, it's
download and
ready,
use.
yes.
Okay.
Maybe we need to prepare a new package, but it's ready.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. I hope to see you in Europe the next time. Okay.
Thank you.
And thank you everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
We're not going to